Sirach chapter 12. If you do good, know to whom you do it, and you will be thanked for your good deeds. Do good to the devout, and you will be repaid. If not by them, certainly by the Most High. No good comes to one who persists in evil, or to one who does not give alms. Give to the devout, but do not help the sinner. Do good to the humble, but do not give to the ungodly. Hold back their bread, and do not give it to them, for by means of it they might subdue you. Then you will receive twice as much evil for all the good you have done to them. For the Most High also hates sinners, and will inflict punishment on the ungodly. A friend is not known in prosperity, nor is an enemy hidden in adversity. One's enemies are friendly when one prospers, but in adversity, even one's friend disappears. Never trust your enemy, for like corrosion in copper, so is his wickedness. Even if he humbles himself and walks bowed down, take care to be on your guard against him. Be to him like one who polishes a mirror, to be sure it does not become completely tarnished. Do not put him next to you, or he may overthrow you and take your place. Do not let him sit at your right hand, or else he may try to take your own seat, and at last you will acknowledge my words and be stung by what I have said. Who pities a snake charmer when he is bitten, or all those who go near wild animals? So no one pities people who associate with sinners and become involved in their sins. They stand by you for a while, but if you falter, they will not be there. Enemies speak sweetly with their lips, but in their hearts they plan to throw you into a pit. Enemies may have tears in their eyes, but if they find an opportunity, they will never have enough of your blood. If evil comes upon you, you will find them there ahead of you. Pretending to help, they will trip you up. Then they will shake their heads and clap their hands and whisper much and show their true faces. Sirach chapter 13. Whoever touches pitch gets dirty, and whoever associates with the proud will become like them. Do not lift a weight too heavy for you, or associate with one mightier and richer than you. How can the clay pot associate with the iron kettle? The pot will strike against it and be smashed. A rich person does wrong and even adds insults. A poor person suffers wrong and must add apologies. Rich people will exploit you if you can be of use to them, but if you are in need, they will abandon you. If you own something, they will live with you. They will drain your resources without a qualm. When they need you, they will deceive you and will smile at you and encourage you. They will speak to you kindly and say, "What do you need?" They will embarrass you with their delicacies until they have drained you 2 or 3 times. And finally they will laugh at you. Should they see you afterwards, they will pass you by and shake their heads at you. Take care not to be led astray and humiliated when you are enjoying yourself. When the influential invite you, be reserved, and they will invite you more insistently. Do not be forward, or you may be rebuffed. Do not stand aloof, or you will be forgotten. Do not try to treat them as equals or trust their lengthy conversations, for they will test you by prolonged talk, and while they smile, they will be examining you. Cruel are those who do not keep your secrets. They will not spare you harm or imprisonment. Be on your guard and very careful, for you are walking about with your own downfall. Every creature loves its like, and every person a neighbor. All living beings associate with their own kind, and people stick close to those like themselves. What does a wolf have in common with a lamb? No more has a sinner with the devout. What peace is there between a hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? Wild asses in the wilderness are the prey of lions. Likewise, the poor are feeding grounds for the rich. Humility is an abomination to the proud. Likewise, the poor are an abomination to the rich. When the rich person totters, he is supported by friends, but when the humble falls, he is pushed away by friends. If the rich person slips, many come to the rescue. He speaks unseemly words, but they justify him. If the humble person slips, they even criticize him. He talks sense, but is not given a hearing. The rich person speaks, and all are silent. They extol to the clouds what he says. The poor person speaks, and they say, "Who is this fellow?" And should he stumble, they push him down. Riches are good if they are free from sin. Poverty is evil only in the opinion of the ungodly. The heart changes the countenance, either for good or for evil. The sign of a happy heart is a cheerful face, but to devise proverbs requires strenuous thinking. Sirach chapter 14. Happy are those who do not blunder with their lips, and are not stricken with grief for sin. Happy are those whose hearts do not condemn them, and who have not given up their hope. Riches are inappropriate for the small-minded, and of what use is wealth to misers? What they deny themselves they collect for others, and others will live in luxury on their goods. If they are mean to themselves, to whom will they be generous? They will not enjoy their own riches. No one is worse than those who are grudging to themselves. This is the repayment for their meanness. If ever they do good, it is by mistake, and in the end they reveal their meanness. Misers are evil people. They turn away and disregard people. The eyes of the greedy are not satisfied with their share. Greedy injustice withers the soul. Misers begrudge bread, and it is lacking at their tables. My child, treat yourself well, according to your means, and present worthy offerings to the Lord. Remember that death does not tarry, and the decree of Hades has not been shown to you. Do good to friends before you die, and reach out and give to them as much as you can. Do not deprive yourself of a day's enjoyment. Do not let your share of desired good pass by you. Will you not leave the fruit of your labors to another, and what you acquired by toil to be divided by lot? Give and take, and indulge yourself, because in Hades one cannot look for luxury. All living beings become old like a garment, for the decree from of old is, you must die. Like abundant leaves on a spreading tree that sheds some and puts forth others, so are the generations of flesh and blood. One dies and another is born. Every work decays and ceases to exist, and the one who made it will pass away with it. Happy are those who meditate on wisdom and who reason intelligently, who reflect in their hearts on her ways and ponder her secrets, pursuing her like a hunter and lying in wait on her paths, who peer through her windows and listen at her doors, who camp near her house and fasten their tent pegs to her walls, who pitch their tents near her and so occupy an excellent lodging place, who place their children under her shelter and lodge under her boughs, who are sheltered by her from the heat and dwell in the midst of her glory. Sirach chapter 15. Whoever fears the Lord will do this, and whoever holds to the law will obtain wisdom. She will come to meet him like a mother, and like a young bride she will welcome him. She will feed him with the bread of understanding, and give him the water of wisdom to drink. He will lean on her and not fall, and he will rely on her and not be put to shame. She will exalt him above his neighbors, and will open his mouth in the midst of the assembly. Gladness and a crown of rejoicing and an everlasting name he will inherit. The foolish will not obtain her, and sinners will not see her. She is far from arrogance, and liars will never think of her. Praise is unseemly on the lips of a sinner, for it has not been sent from the Lord. For in wisdom must praise be uttered, and the Lord will make it prosper. Do not say, it was the Lord's doing that I fell away, for he does not do what he hates. Do not say, it was he who led me astray, for he has no need of the sinful. The Lord hates all abominations. Such things are not loved by those who fear him. It was he who created humans in the beginning, and he left them in the power of their own inclinations. If you choose, you can keep the commandments, and to act faithfully is a matter of your choice. He has placed before you fire and water. Stretch out your hand for whichever you choose. Before each person are life and death, and whichever one chooses will be given. For great is the wisdom of the Lord. He is mighty in power and sees everything. His eyes are on those who fear him, and he knows every human action. He has not commanded anyone to be ungodly, and he has not given anyone permission to sin. Sirach chapter 16. Do not desire a multitude of worthless children, and do not rejoice in ungodly offspring. If they multiply, do not rejoice in them, unless the fear of the Lord is in them. Do not trust in their survival or rely on their numbers, for one can be better than 1,000, and to die childless is better than to have ungodly children. For through one intelligent person a city can be filled with people, but through a clan of outlaws it becomes desolate. Many such things my eye has seen, and my ear has heard things more striking than these. In an assembly of sinners a fire is kindled, and in a disobedient nation wrath has blazed up. He did not forgive the ancient giants who revolted in their might. He did not spare the neighbors of Lot, whom he loathed on account of their arrogance. He showed no pity on the doomed nation, on those dispossessed because of their sins, or on the 600,000 foot soldiers who assembled in their stubbornness. Even if there were only one stiff-necked person, it would be a wonder if he remained unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with the Lord. He acquits and forgives, but he also pours out wrath. Great as is his mercy, so also is his chastisement. He judges people according to their deeds. The sinner will not escape with plunder, and the patience of the godly will not be frustrated. He makes room for every act of almsgiving. Everyone receives in accordance with his or her deeds. Do not say, I am hidden from the Lord, and who from on high has me in mind? Among so many people I am unknown, for what am I in a boundless creation? Look, heaven and the highest heaven, the abyss and the earth tremble at his visitation. Together the mountains and the foundations of the earth shake and tremble when he looks upon them. But no human mind can grasp this, and who can comprehend his ways? Like a tempest that no one can see, so most of his works are concealed. Who is to announce his acts of justice, or who can await them, for his decree is far off? Such are the thoughts of one devoid of understanding. A senseless and misguided person thinks foolishly. Listen to me, my child, and acquire knowledge, and pay close attention to my words. I will impart discipline precisely and declare knowledge accurately. When the Lord created his works from the beginning and, in making them, determined their boundaries, he arranged their works in an eternal order and their dominion for all generations. They neither hunger nor grow weary, and they do not abandon their tasks. They do not crowd one another, and they never disobey his word. Then the Lord looked upon the earth and filled it with his good things. With all kinds of living beings he covered its surface, and into it they must return.